Welcome to this video on dashboard interactivity using actions. You can download the exercise workbook to follow along in your own copy of Tableau. Dashboard actions are powerful, interactive elements within a dashboard that drive from a worksheet. They can be highlight actions, filter actions, or URL actions. Actions on a dashboard have several parts. Highlight and filter actions have a source and target. URL actions can include field values as dynamic inputs. An action can be activated by various mouse behavior, such as hover or select, or as a menu option in the tooltip. Highlighting calls attention to marks by dimming everything that isn't selected. Highlighting can be done by clicking on a mark or marks in the view, or clicking on a legend. Let's add a highlight action to this dashboard. Click on the Dashboard menu, then Actions, Add Action, Highlight. First, we'll give it a name, Category Highlight. For source sheets, we could select a dashboard from the dropdown. It's already correct. And let's deselect the map, as category isn't really relevant there. For target sheets, we'll do the same thing, deselect map. For target highlighting, we'll choose Selected Fields and tick Category. We'll change the Run action to Hover. The default is Select, which is a mouse click. OK, and OK. Now when we hover over a mark in either of the bottom charts, all marks in either chart that share the same category will be highlighted. We can also use this highlight pen icon as a shortcut to turn on highlighting. Now clicking on a category in the shape legend will also highlight all marks for that category. Quick filter actions can be applied to all or some views using the data source. And views can be turned into filters by clicking on the menu and selecting Use as Filter. But for more control, we can use formal filter actions. Dashboard menu, Actions, Add Action, Filter. We'll name it Filter to just this country. For source sheets, we'll select only the map. For target sheet, deselect the map and leave the other two sheets. We'll leave the target filter on all fields. If we chose selected fields, we'd be able to add a filter to define which fields are addressed by the filter action. This can be very powerful. See the online help article for more information. This time, we'll leave the Run action as Menu and click OK. Now, when we click on a country in the map, we have the option in the tooltip to filter just to this country. This is the Menu Run-on action, and this filters the bottom two views. Because we deselected the map as a target, the map does not filter itself. Note that our highlight actions still work. URL actions create a hyperlink to a web page or file outside of Tableau. Field values can be used as dynamic inputs in a URL so that the link is related to the data. Let's add a URL action. We'll go to the Dashboard menu, Actions, Add Action, URL. Speaking of using fields as dynamic inputs, this can be done when naming actions as well. We'll name this URL action Wikipedia 4, and then we'll click this arrow for a list of available fields, and we can pick city. For source sheets, we only want the URL to run from the map, so we'll deselect New Zealand sales. We'll leave the Run action as Menu. And the URL will be the selected city's Wikipedia page. Earlier, I opened a page for a random city and copied the format of the link. And I'll just copy that in. Then we'll add the city field as a dynamic input for the URL. So depending on which city we select on the map, that name will be fed into the URL. We can test the link here. Note that it opens in our browser. we'll click OK and OK. I can use the bar charts filter action to select a specific state, say Bay of Plenty. And when we click on a city on the map, the tooltip offers the link Wikipedia for whatever the city is. The link in the tooltip is the name of the action, including that dynamic input. If we click on it, note that the URL action, instead of opening in the browser, opened in the web page at the bottom of the dashboard. There is a web page on the dashboard, the URL action opens there. If there isn't a web page on the dashboard, the URL action will open in the default browser, like it did when we tested the link. The web page is still fully interactive. If it ever lands on a page needing disambiguation, the user can interact with the page the same as if it were in a browser. A note on using fields in URL and names. When we added city to our URL, there was a limited subset of fields in our dataset available to that URL. A field must be present in the view to be available for use in a name or URL. If the view does not already contain the field we want to use, adding the desired field to the level of detail shelf will make it available to the action. Thank you for watching this dashboard training video. We invite you to continue with the on-demand training videos to learn more about using Tableau.